Namaste and welcome to Tridevi Chamunda Mandir in Denver, Colorado. This is Yamajit, and I want to thank you for joining me for our current installment of our Breathwork series. And tonight we're going to discuss how mantra and breath are really one. Quick announcement before we begin. So this coming Sunday at 7 p.m., either on YouTube or in person at our temple, 1260 South Xavier Street in Denver. We'll be doing the fifth installment of our 64 Yogini Puja and Satsang series, and we'll be honoring the Divine Mother Shanti, the goddess of peace. So, as I said before, mantra and the breath are one. In fact, it's been said that the breath itself and focusing on the sound of the breath is the oldest of mantras. In his work, Tantra Loka, the 11th century Kashmiri sage Abhinavagupta describes mantras to these three goddesses, the goddesses of the Trika. And he says specifically that in order for these mantras to work, they need to be in sync with the breath. Namaste to Bryce, who's joining right now. So we're going to do a rather simple mantra, the mantra AUM, basis really of all mantras. And we're going to do this with full breaths. So we're going to do 108 rounds of the AUM mantra. We're going to inhale and then a long exhale. Om, like so. Before we begin, I want to say a little bit more about Om. A lot of people write it OM. I prefer AUM, three separate sounds, because really Om is three separate mantras. There is in the back of the throat that is associated with the creative principle. As it comes across the tongue. This is the principle of maintenance or preservation. And then the termination of the mantra at the lips. And this is the principle of destruction, creation, maintenance, destruction. This is a cycle that we are constantly going through in our lives. So as always, this can be done as a meditation, sitting on your mat or cushion. You can also use a straight back chair. If you're using a straight back chair, just make sure that both of your feet are flat on the ground, and you may make some adjustments with some cushions or other props in order for that to happen. Either way, make sure you're in a comfortable position where the back is straight so that you can bring in that full breath. So let's go ahead and start. This is a meditation that you can replay the recording again and again and just simply use it as a sound meditation. So find that comfortable position. Just rest your hands upon your knees. If you want to do a mantra like Gayam Mudra, or a mudra like Gayam Mudra, you're certainly welcome to do that if that's speaking to you tonight. And I invite you to close your eyes. Just do a few warm-up breaths. And just do a little grounding and centering and clearing away those concerns of the past and the future. Just let your awareness be in the present moment. And as we chant Om 108 times, I invite you to join in, or although if it feels right, you can just simply do it listening and breathing deeply. But either way, just allow the mantra Om and the action of the breath to take your awareness to where it needs to be at this moment. And just honor the experience. So let's begin with a deep inhalation through the nose. Let your breath return to normal. And keeping your eyes closed, just allow yourself to rest in a place of stillness and silence. Just noticing the effects of the meditation and the mantra. Maybe think about how different you feel from when we began the exercise. But just resting, noticing the effects and the changes. And slowly bringing the palms of your hands together at your heart center. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Inhale and exhale, slowly opening your eyes. Keeping a nice relaxed gaze. So this exercise had some similarities to one that we did earlier in this series, where you're taking a quick breath in and then just letting the breath out with a slow sigh. And this was an exercise designed to relieve stress and tension. So you may notice that you're feeling much more relaxed than maybe you were when you first began the practice. Something I notice, especially with the M at the end, the vibrations really buzz the third eye. And I find myself, my gaze behind my closed eyes, just turning upward slightly and focusing on that area. And Om just happens to be the Bij mantra, the seed mantra to the third eye chakra. There have been times I've done this meditation and had flashes of insight into things that were going on in my life at that time. So I certainly encourage you to try this exercise again. You can count the beads on a mala to get 108. If you don't have like maybe a full half hour to do this meditation, you could maybe do a half mala of 54, or even a quarter mala of 27. And then something else that I invite you to try is using this exercise with different mantras. It can be a favorite Bij mantra. So for example, if you're working with Ganesha, it could be the mantra Gam. Gam. Or you could try it with a more complex mantra like the Navarna mantra. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundai Viche. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundai Viche. So you can stretch out that out breath while chanting a much longer mantra. I was talking about Bhinavagupta and his mantras honoring the three goddesses of the Trika. The mantra for the red goddess, Parapara, goes like this. And remember, he said to incorporate it into the breath. Om Gori Hri Paramagori Hum Guru Pe Hagaramukhi Bhim Sanavava Pibi Bahiruru Rafatum Mafat. Om Gori Hri Paramagori Hum Guru Pe Hagaramukhi Bhim Sanavava Pibi Bahiruru Fatum Mafat. Om Gori Hri Paramagori Hum Guru Pe Hagaramukhi Bhim Sanavava Pibi Bahiruru Fatum Mafat. And so that's a very complex mantra that you can do with the breath. But I invite you to take this, play with it, try some different mantras of it, and just really make the practice your own. So I want to thank you very much for joining me. If you'd like to share your experiences with the meditation, or if you have questions, please feel free to email me at the temple, omcdevi@gmail.com, AUM, as in cat, Devi, DEVI, @gmail.com. And I'd love to hear your personal experiences with this, or any other mantras that you choose to do this with. So again, thank you very much. Have a wonderful night. As you do a practice like this, as always, try to notice the subtle effects that come in the days afterwards. So maybe less stress, maybe handling situations a little differently, maybe flashes of insight, maybe just noticing something very important that you haven't noticed before. So again, have a wonderful night. Look forward to you joining me on Friday for our Puja and Satsang Tama Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Good night. Jai Mata Di.